Welcome back, guys, to the Uncleanables Podcast. It is episode 42, and today, as you might have seen from the special mic stick that we've got on our hands, it is a guest episode.
Whoa.
Today's guest has amassed over 16,000 subscribers since January this year, over 3 million views on YouTube. We're going to talk to him about how he done it, his day-to-day working life, what he gets up to, and everything in between. Guys, please welcome Jake.
And here he is, guys. Everyone, welcome Jake from Diamond Exterior Cleaning. Jake, let's jump straight into it. So how long have you been running? How did it start? Let's go from the top. Right, so you was furloughed, right?
Oh, no, start again.
I'll start again.
Yeah. Right.
Right, guys, welcome to episode 1. Oh, no, hang on. From the beginning.
Episode 1! We're here with Jake.
Right, guys, here he is. We're here with Jake from Diamond Exterior Cleaning. Jake, I want you to start from the top. How did you get into exterior cleaning, window cleaning, all the rest of it?
Yeah,
Fire
nice
away.
one. Cheers for having me.
Have you thought about upgrading your business this year? SpinnerClean have kindly offered us a 15% discount on all of their internal vacuum range. Whether you're looking to buy a new internal vacuum or even just some accessories for your business to convert what you currently have, now is the time to do it. Using code UNCLEAN15, you can get 15% off any of the internal high-level range on SpinnerClean's website. That includes all of these filters, accessories, and even the conversion kit for the industrial gutter vacuum. That's something I actually have personally, and it has paid for itself 5-6 times over since I've owned it. You can also get the internal vacuum bags, filters for different machines, as well as 15% off their whole range of internal vacuum systems. That is a huge saving on some of them. Even if you're thinking of picking up a new carry bag for your poles, a couple of new poles, or even just the internal vacuum heads, I actually use them for cleaning artificial grass, so that's something else you can use them for and still get 15% off. There's also a range of spare parts. If you've got anything broken on your current machine, now's a great time to take advantage of that 15% discount and get it fixed. From brand new heads all the way down to the little buttons on the front, you can get 15% off. Using code UNCLEAN15 at the checkout to include your 15% discount on all the internal range. Back to the podcast.
Boys, I got started just over 2 years ago now. I've been full-time for around about 2 years. I started alongside a full-time job. So I was...
Well, you two fucking...
I expect more from you. Bro's laughing about his joke 20 seconds ago.
So professional.
I'm trying to talk.
No, go on. Right. What was the job you had that you left?
I was a lifeguard.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've been sort of doing different jobs on and off since I left school. I started doing like marketing. I worked for O2 for a bit, and then I realised I didn't want to be in an office all day. So I left there. I moved to Tenerife, which is a bit of a
No way.
yeah, a bit
place.
of a jump. So I was there.
Yeah.
I wasn't there for long, just because I'd gone there young and kind of had the dream of living on the beach and you work in a week and all that. But it turns out it's actually quite hard to live there. Everything's expensive, and you don't get paid very much.
Yeah.
So I ended up coming back quite soon after that, and was kind of desperate for a job. As you can imagine, I came back from a different country, didn't have anything. So I started just applying for random jobs, and I'd always been into sport and stuff like that. So I saw a lifeguard job, did that, and in various different forms, I was pretty much in lifeguarding for about 4 or 5 years.
Right, okay.
So did that, and then kind of got a bit fed up of it. I got furloughed, and fortunately I was just getting paid to sit at home and do nothing. I was one of the really lucky ones, to be fair. But I'm not the kind of person to just sit around and I get bored. So I started looking at businesses I could do. I thought this is a good opportunity. Not many times in your life you're going to be able to sit around, get paid and think of something.
Yeah.
So I ended up stumbling on pressure washing, and I wanted to do that.
So, can I just interject? Had anyone in your family done anything like that before, or was it completely new industry?
No. So no one in my family's ever had a side hustle. My mum used to sell some clothes on eBay.
I was going to say drugs then.
Taxman, don't listen, because I'm sure she's not mentioned it. My mum used to sell clothes on eBay on the side, just for a bit of extra money, like holiday money. But no one ever really had any like entrepreneurial business sort of stuff. My family's very like career. We go to a job, we try and get higher in the job, ladder, and then we retire and we leave. You know what I mean? It's no one's really done anything self-employed or anything like that. So when I started, it was a little. I was kind of hardwired. I was a bit like, I can't just leave my job and go full time into this because it might fail and I might fail.
Did any of your family tell you that it was a bad idea?
No, not a bad idea. Honestly, I don't think, other than my mum, I don't think anyone could care less what I was doing. My sisters don't care. You know, they just do their own thing and leave me to do my own. But my mum's always been very supportive, but I could tell it was a bit like, it wasn't, leave your job, go do this. I'm sure you can do it. You'll be successful. Idea, It was like, maybe see if you could do a couple of days a week and, you know, build it like that. So I think that's been instilled in me. I've always had a very cautious mindset. And, you know, I don't really like to take that many risks.
It's interesting. When did you, I know, so you was looking at pressure washing, was you looking at anything else, like business-wise?
No, so I really wanted to do pressure washing because what had actually happened was in the lockdown, I had all that time off work. And it was great for the first couple of weeks. I just played on my PC every day. And then I was bored out of my mind. And I was like, I need to be doing something. And I couldn't work out what to do. We were doing like running and some exercise and stuff, and you just think you can't even leave your house.
Mustard, does it?
Mate, it's terrible. You're just sort of getting what's it called when you're stuck in your house?
Cabin fever.
Cabin fever. That's it. So I was getting cabin fever, and I was like, couldn't sleep. Had all this energy, so I was looking on YouTube for these videos to like send me to sleep. And I come across like, it was Ricky Banjo, Bournemouth pressure washing, just these pressure washing videos where a guy would set a camera
is that how
up.
you got into it? Yeah.
So I would go to sleep. I would go to sleep watching these pressure washing videos.
Is that how boring they are?
Yeah, mine are.
Shots fired.
So I watched these. These are old school ones. They would just put the camera there, and it would be a top-down view, and it would be 15 minutes, just, and he'd just pressure wash, right?
Zero
That's all he would do.
He was like the only one.
Yeah, the only one doing it.
Views,
old school.
Millions of views.
Yeah, and I would watch these videos and I'd go to sleep. And I was just, you know, it was one of those things. I'd sit there and I'd be like, oh, I need to do a business. I need to work out something to do with my time. And I just couldn't think. And then my girlfriend was like, well, think of the things you like doing. And I was like, well, I don't like doing anything. Like, I can't be a professional athlete, really. Like, can't do all this other stuff. So, and then she was like, well, you like that pressure washing video, don't you? And I was like, whoa, light bulb moment. I was like, let me look up pressure washing. So I looked up pressure washing. I was getting really excited. And I came across the window cleaning forums. Shout out anyone on there. I was there for a little bit of time. Everyone on there quite helpful. A bit in the dark ages a little bit because it's just a forum. No one uses forums now, but good group on there, quite helpful.
It's like a 2002 style.
Oh forum. Yeah. You go on there and it feels like you're on like the dark web or something. Like Neo from the Matrix formatting my messages. Really, I'm just typing. But yeah, went on there and quickly realised that it's going to cost a lot of money to start pressure washing, or more than I had, because I had no savings and I had a little Renault Clio car. So to start pressure washing, I realised I had to get a pressure washer and not a car. So it was like, oh, well, maybe let's see if there's anything a bit cheaper. But yeah, people on there were like, we'll just start window cleaning. And you could do that with a backpack, you could do it in your car, you could do it traditional. So literally that day, went on window cleaning warehouse, used the Tradman code.
Nice.
So I was watching the trad videos. I was convinced I was going to be a trad animal when I started. And I got a A-frame ladder, Mormon squeegee. I think I spent 300 quid and I was good to go. And I literally, that week, got my first customer.
How did you get your first customer?
Knocking on doors.
Yeah. Classic.
Bricking it.
We spoke about this before, and we still think it's genuinely the best way to build around.
Yeah,
and like
I think so.
You get to where we are now, and you forget that, like, I need more customers to move to the next stage of my business, and I'm like, oh, I can do this online marketing.
Yeah, you can do Google Ads or something.
Just go knock the doors.
But you don't want to do it.
No, of course I don't want to do it.
We've spoken before. We wouldn't do it. Because
I don't want someone doing it to me. That's why I don't like doing it.
it's very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
What are you like, Dan? Because you're quite confident going
mate.
up
I
to
knock
people.
on, I knock on
smash
anyone's
it.
door.
He's a door knocker.
I'm an animal at door knocking.
To be fair, if I saw
Yeah.
you at my door, I probably wouldn't open it.
No, mate, like things like that do not bother me. Like, honestly, I just, like, in my head, I just think there's a yes there. I just have to knock on the door and get it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. It's a game to me. I love it.
I think you look back and I think, my first customers were from knocking on doors.
Yeah.
I got enough money to fill a day, a day a week doing windows, knocking on doors, and I was using my traditional stuff. It was horrible. I hated it. I don't mind going up ladders. I really don't mind.
How many jobs were you getting done in a day, traditionally?
4.
Really?
4 or 5, and they were the same price as I get for Waterford Pole now.
Yeah.
I don't know
you
how
can-
they earn money, but I don't know how traditionals
Well, no, you
earn
think
money.
of it like that,
Yeah.
and I say 4 jobs. These are probably 30 quid a house. I'm down south. The money's quite good down here. I know probably got listeners up north who are like 30 quid, 25, 30 quid a house is unicorn
It's
money.
like 10 houses for them.
You know what I mean? And I get that. I've been to Newcastle, sort of those places, and there's people up there who are like, I get £6 for this house, and I'm like, that's 25 quid where I am, and it's like, I know money's different, so you think, how are they earning money? But really, I was working as a lifeguard, getting £10 an hour, doing £10 a day, getting 100 quid, right?
Yeah.
And then I go out and I do 4 window cleaning houses, get 100 quid.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like
but
it's hard work.
yeah,
I was
that's what I
spending
was gonna say, yeah.
loads of time at people's houses cleaning them because I was a perfectionist. Like every house had to be incredible before I left. So I was getting 4 cleans done.
What went wrong then?
Met you two idiots.
Splash and dash now.
Yeah, and I've just realised like I enjoyed that more than going to work, but I didn't see myself doing traditional window cleaning forever, and I kind of just thought I'll do that, earn enough money to get a pressure washer, and I swan off and do pressure washing.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah.
So how did you transition from doing 4 traditional jobs a day? Did you then go to water-fed pole, or did you get the pressure washer? What was the progression from there?
Like I said, I don't really like taking risks, so I was doing the traditional out of my Clio, and I eventually built up the confidence to bin that off. And I got a van. It's still the same van I've got today. Worst van in the cleaning industry, this van.
Can you hear it coming from 4
clinging on
miles
for
down the road?
dear life. Poor thing needs like CPR before it starts. But yeah, I've still got that van. It still earns you money. But yeah, when I bought that van, and I ended up just saving enough money working through the furlough period because I was still getting paid by my other job, barely spending any money because I was not going anywhere other than working. And I bought the pressure washer and I bought the van. And from there, my first customer for the pressure washing came from the windows. So I just spoke to everyone. I was doing traditional, so like I said, I was at everyone's house for bloody
for ages.
9 or 2 hours
Yeah.
every day, and they're like sort of when is he leaving sort of thing. So I'd always chat with people. I'd be like, I'm living here now. I'm the homeowner now. But you're in my house, where? But no, I'll just chat to people and I'll be like, yeah, I'm thinking of buying a pressure washer. Like I'm saving up for it. Do you want your pressure washing done? Basically,
Yeah.
Exactly.
like in a roundabout way, yeah.
That's
And
how it goes, though, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
conversation. It's
got
easy as that.
and then for Windows, I didn't even know backpack existed. I don't even know what backpack cleaner is. I didn't know water-fed pole existed when I started. I just thought window cleaning was
Trad, yeah.
yeah. So I was on this forum, and these blokes are like, "Oh yeah, 2 of us go out and we do 40 houses a day," and I'm like, "I'm barely doing 4 or 5."
Yeah.
Like, whoa, I need to learn a trick here.
Yeah.
So I remember just squeegeeing my own like windows like over and over again, and I was like, I'm missing something here. Went on YouTube and found some other people on YouTube. I think it was A. Macintosh.
Yeah.
I think it was Macintosh, and he was using a water-fed pole with a backpack. It was literally a video. It was like how to get started window cleaning cheap,
Yeah.
and I watched that, and I was like, whoa, let me get that. Ordered the backpack. Never tried it again. Never again. I hate it, bro. Internals, I'd say don't do it. I'd say,
If
look,
any-
it says on the van, exterior cleaning, bro.
Sorry to interrupt. If anyone's watching and don't know what trad is, it's traditional. So it's literally the squeegee on the window and like soaping it up and then rinsing it down.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
sorry.
No, that's right. It's
I
just-
thought the viewers had more than
No,
4
they
IQ.
probably do,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean? Like,
The people watching the cleaning podcast, yeah.
there's probably
It's
we've
the
got
fucking
10,000
host-
people from
it's the
Mongolia
host
who
that
probably
have-
don't know.
Well, actually, to be fair, there's
Number one
90,000 bots on Facebook,
Number 1 podcast in Uganda. Shout out
Hang on,
Ugandans.
Jake, we've established that how you started. We also know, and the viewers know, you've got quite a big following on YouTube. International superstar and all the rest of it. Opening up the BAFTA Awards in 2025. So how did it start?
Jesus.
How did it come along and all the rest of it? What made you get into it?
Yes, I think that's a very generous description of my YouTube channel.
Hey, shoot for the stars, big man.
Yeah, it has grown quite quickly. I wouldn't say it's an international superstar, but we got some international viewers.
International viewers.
You sent a T-shirt to Texas, didn't you?
Well, I need to send it. I've kind of not got round to it, but yeah, I have to. Someone wants.
You know
to
he's going to
share
watch
it.
this. You got to send it.
I will send it. He's a devout follower, and he's very appreciated, like every viewer of the Diamond Exterior Cleaning channel.
So you started your YouTube channel at the same time I started my channel,
Yes.
and we were both very consistent for. Was it
You were a lot
7
more
months?
consistent than me. Well, we were both consistent to start, right? And then
Yeah.
I fell
For
off.
The first 7, I think it was about 7 months to 8
Yeah.
months, something like that, and then you just gave up.
Yeah.
Despite my continued hounding of the next Diamond Exterior, because I am the #1 fan of Diamond Exterior.
That is true. That is true. From day one.
There was no
actually.
video. I'd almost given up hope that there would be another video.
I'm sorry that I've done that for you.
And then this year, you came back with an absolute vengeance. So you released your first video, was it mid-Jan, end of Jan?
Yeah, so it's
So it was
end of
after
January.
about 2 years of no videos,
Yes.
isn't it, roughly?
Yeah, so when I first started and I first got that pressure washer, like I said, I knocked on the doors and asked my existing customers to do the pressure washing. But I only had, I was doing 4 cleans a day. I only had like 30 customers for my window cleaning. So not all of them want their cleaning done. And then once you've done them all, they're done.
Yeah.
So I needed another way. And I thought, well, why don't I film on my phone? Because I had a mate who wanted me to film that or do their pressure washing. So I said, I'll film that. And they said, yeah, cool, put that on YouTube. And I thought, I'll put it on Facebook, just a basic video, same thing as what I'd seen before. Put my phone on a tripod, film it, maybe turn the camera once or twice, and do that. And that was sort of the first thing I filmed. It was awful. It's still on the channel now. It's dog shit.
Really?
Yeah, and somehow that video's got like 10,000 views. And I was like, whoa, like,
On
people
what,
want to
YouTube
watch this.
or
On
social media?
YouTube.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And I was like, whoa, people want to watch this. And honestly, if you look at it now, it is horrible.
10,000 is a lot,
It's
though, bro.
horrible.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it's
10,000 views, I was
Yeah.
blown away. I was like, whoa, there's other people like me who want to watch it.
Yeah.
But the intention was so I could film it, put it on my Facebook, and then put it in like Facebook groups and be like, oh, this is a job I've done. Look at it before, look at it after. There was no intro or nothing. It was just filming the before, then I'd film what it looked like after, so people could see that I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
So that was my first video, and I thought, actually, I quite enjoyed that, and it got a lot of views. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do another video. So I did another video, but I put a bit more effort in, because I was like, oh, okay, well, I quite enjoyed it. Let me just do it as a hobby now, sort of thing. something I
What's
can
more
enjoy.
effort? What's more effort into a video?
Changing the camera angles a bit more often.
Right.
I sort of picked up the phone and spoke to it a bit more. I was
Right,
like,
yeah,
hello
yeah.
everyone, welcome to the channel. Whereas before it was just a showcase of my work, just to plod onto my Facebook channel or Facebook page. This was more of a like, I'm going to make a video for myself to enjoy, and other people like me could also enjoy watching.
Yep. That's a pigeon on the roof.
Bruh.
I think that's 2 pigeons having a fight. Isn't it?
2 pigeons doing something up there,
One
mate.
of them just got fucking body slammed.
Bruh, those are
Oh,
just-
that, or he's getting his cheeks clapped on the roof.
Jesus. Yeah. Throw me off that. What was I saying?
Yeah, so you started picking up the camera and started chatting to him.
Yeah, yeah.
And more of an actual YouTube video rather than just
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
just a
minimum effort.
bit more of like a hobby, something that I could put a bit of time into. I always like the idea of putting videos online and creating something. I'm quite creative, I'd say, and never really had a creative job other than marketing.
And then you found this one. So you was doing, so Ryan mentioned earlier, you had a little bit of break from YouTube. So I can only understand and assume you had a natural progression. You probably ditched the phone, got a GoPro or a better camera,
Yes.
tripods, all the rest of it. So what
Yeah.
happened with the break? Why did you cancel it?
Yeah, so basically what had happened was in that whole furlough time, I was doing my jobs. I was doing one a week, and I got a GoPro. I just bought a second-hand one because I was like, I don't know if this is going to work or how much am I going to enjoy this. And I did one a week, and they got a bit of traction. None of them got as many views as the first video.
Yeah.
So it was a bit, not disheartening, but
You must have had one.
not initially. Over time they have.
Oh, right.
But none of them got anywhere near 10K. None of them. They were all like 2K,
What,
3K.
what time period was that 10K delivered in? Like the
for that
10,000
first video, within the first month.
You're joking, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant as in like now, as in it's done 10,000 since
so
you started.
That was within the first month.
Holy shit, that was
I'm pretty
blown.
sure that one done 10k, and it was a horrible video. And I just thought, whoa, there's people who want to watch
Mate,
this.
that's blown my mind. Yeah.
I thought it was going to get 20 views.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be lucky to get 20 views. Only the people on Facebook who
of
were looking at my like advert would see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I carried on doing it, and then obviously the furlough period ended. I had to go back to work. So I went back to work, but I had that one day off that I mentioned still in the week. So I'd do my pressure washing in the week. I was very lucky. I had a lot of downtime at work, so I'd edit the videos at work on my laptop. So it was really easy. It was easy going, you know. Like I could do the clean on one day, edit on the other day, and everything was smooth. So it was really easy to keep up with that one a week, especially in spring and
Meanwhile,
summer.
kids are just sinking to the bottom of this pool. He's just on his laptop.
Not on like the lifeguard chair or something, but like you can't be sitting on the chair all day, right? So when you're not on the chair, I'll be
Right,
edited away. Bro's just upside down. Sorry,
hang on.
one
It's rendering, it's just
one
rendering.
second. I'm uploading. Hey, you got any ideas for title? Nah, so I would just
Ideas for a title.
But nah, I never did
Floating
it.
boy
Never
gets
did it.
free
I
pressure
swear, I never did it. But yeah, it was just easy, mate, because I was working and that job had the perfect mix of like making it easy. When I left that job to go full time on my business, which was probably about 4 months after I'd started the YouTube channel, everything sort of fell apart because I had to make the business work. And like I said, I don't take risks, so I didn't have loads of canvassing done. I didn't have thousands of pounds worth of adverts. I didn't have any of that. I had my door knocking customers. I had some Facebook posts on the groups and word of mouth. So I was like, I really need to hustle a bit here and get some customers and do some work. So I was like, the YouTube channel just kind of died off because I didn't make a penny off it, right? No one makes a penny off it until like further down the line. And it was never a money-making thing.
You had about 700 subscribers at that point, didn't
When
you?
I
If
left, I
remember
had about
correctly,
700 subscribers, and I was really happy with that.
Yeah.
But I just thought, this is a hobby for me.
It's such a hard slog, though, from 0 to 1,000 is the hardest subscribers you'll ever earn.
It was tough.
When
But
you're not getting paid for it, it is a lot of effort to put in, particularly around running your own business, trying to build that up and pay your bills.
yeah,
And to do something that does demand a lot of time for no money, it's daunting.
But you wouldn't do it with
Yeah.
anything else, would you?
No,
You'd never spend that much time doing anything else.
No, you wouldn't.
It's the same as
yeah.
it's the same as any of my other hobbies though. Like like I said, I did running. I would go to the gym. I play golf. Like I just stopped doing all of that.
Yeah.
Like I stopped doing that. I stopped doing YouTube. I had no time for hobbies because I had to go and make money. Didn't have my work money anymore. So that's kind of why it died off. You carried on being really consistent.
Yeah.
And I remember we kind of went a bit dark on communication for a little bit, just because I was kind of
Yeah, you was busy.
knuckling down. I mean, you were busy as well, but I was kind of like, with me, I need like tunnel vision. If I'm doing something, I do that thing really. I try and do it anyway, really well. Everything else kind of takes a back seat, falls apart a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I go, oh, let me fix all this, and then I go back to my main thing. So I do feel for people around me, but we went a bit, quiet communication-wise, but I always kept an eye on your channel. You were really
Check in every now and then
consistent.
as well.
Yeah, we would always
Find
check
out when
in.
the video's coming out that
Yeah.
it became.
Yeah, about 7 times, wasn't it? When's the new Jake video? And I was like, I don't know, bro. But it's quite funny how different the landscape was back then, because we'd started our channels at the same time. Obviously, I'd had my break, but I still had questions and needed help. I'd started, so I'd ask you for help. You know, I'd ask some channels that have really blown up now. I'd speak to Ben and ask him a few questions, really helpful. And people would just be willing to help out. And I said that at the Cleaning Expo when you said, what's the nicest thing about the industry? And it's, some people don't want to share their industry secrets.
There's a lot of gatekeepers
Come
in there,
on.
but there's just as many. There's just as many.
So
people
many
willing
helpful
to help,
people.
if not more, I'd say.
I genuinely think now, you know, this is a pretty low barrier to entry industry, I would
Super low
say.
barrier,
You
yeah.
buy your backpack, you're good to go.
I mean,
Like I bought a
you're
squeegee
quite-
in the
yeah,
car,
quite- quite
Do
proven.
you know I thought about this the other day, right? And it is an extremely low barrier to entry. Do you know why? Well, do you know the only thing I can see as a speed hump for everyone? What's the matter?
Hold it down.
Do you know the only thing I can see as a speed hump?
Go on.
Is people's attitudes, right?
100%.
Because when I've seen them before, people pulling up on that, and like they're getting out of their car and they've got like an old backpack and bits and pieces. Like, I'm not saying go out and spend loads of money, but you know, when you sit there and you think to yourself, like, bro, like if you just invested another £500, you'd be flying.
Yeah,
Do you see what I mean?
It's low enough to.
It's low enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like people are, pardon my words, but they're fucking around with old junk, and I'm like, mate, what are you doing?
Yeah,
like,
no,
if
I
you
get
was
you.
walking up my driveway, falling around, and there's hoses everywhere, I'd be like, are you ready, Geez? Or do you want to just come back in 6 months when you're more prepared? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. It's the same thing. I think we spoke about uniform recently.
Yeah.
It's like uniform. I had that from day one. I had a uniform before I had a job.
Yeah.
Like before I had a customer.
Yeah.
I had it made. It wasn't
It's
nothing
business 101,
special.
innit? Like, you
Yeah.
start a business, you want a website, you want like a logo,
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Totally, mate.
Mate,
And,
I had a
business
Facebook.
cards, like, I don't get how you function without any of that stuff.
Do you know what? Back then, I had decent hair. I don't anymore, but I had a decent haircut. I'd go get a haircut. I'd put my nice
you'd
uniform
look
on,
nice,
nice
you
and
just
clean.
don't give a shit anymore,
Buttons
do
up,
you?
yeah, don't care. When I'm coming on here, innit, low quality outfit and that. But I'd have like nice haircut. I'd have my button done up to the top. You know, I wouldn't have trousers on, but I'd have like smarter clothes
Works,
on,
works.
shoes. You know, and I'd knock on the door and I'd say, you know, good evening, nice to meet you.
Give me a
sorry
business.
or like, I don't know if I'd say sorry to interrupt you. I would say that at the start, but I kind of faded away from that. But I'd be like, you know, just want a minute of your time. You know, really come across as nice because we've all had people knock on your door and you're like,
of course.
who are you been left out on like day release or something?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you
You're like, whoa, I don't want you coming in my house. You know what I mean? Whereas like if you're dressed nice and smart, people would be like, oh, come through to the back, have a look.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and all that. So, yeah, but I don't know what the question was.
No, it's all right. We're just saying. So, when did you come back into YouTube?
Uh,
And why?
Cool. So I came back in January, and
That's January 2024.
yeah,
But
January
like,
this year.
just to-
If you're
so
listening
you
in
can
2024 and
appreciate-
not from the future,
you
it's
can
2024.
appreciate the insane growth that's gone on here since January.
It has been way better than I expected, honestly. It's well, not like better because I never really pushed for it to grow. It just did. But it's nice to see it grow because you put in effort. It's nice
you
to see
come back
people
with
come
a
along for the ride.
with a fresh attitude,
Sorry, good.
with
Yeah.
some real fresh ideas.
Can you got them that drink?
Yeah, do you want this water or
Yes,
my
please.
Pepsi?
No, water.
You came back with some fresh ideas, some fresh attitude.
Yeah.
You bought a new camera.
Yeah, so we were
Upgrade
chatting
the
in
camera.
December, weren't we?
Yeah.
And it was like a Christmas idea I had. I was
Yeah.
like, do you know what? I'm going to treat myself because I hadn't bought myself anything all year. And I was like, I want to buy myself something, but I didn't know what.
Yeah.
And if you ever feel like that, probably just don't buy yourself something because that's just
no.
buying something for the sake of it. But I thought, do you know what? Why don't I get a camera? I did loads of pressure washing that year. Could have filmed loads of those jobs. They would have been great.
Yeah.
I remember you sending me some pictures of certain ones, and I was like, mate, it's a million viewer.
It would have been a great
I'm still
video.
waiting on the million views.
Yeah, one day. But I was like, I had loads of jobs that year I could have done and I kind of missed out on them and I kind of feel a little bit of regret in the December sort of period. I was like, I could have done
Bit of
more
FOMO,
this year.
Bit of FOMO.
Yeah, kind of felt like I had a good year. The business grew to the point where it like sustains me now and like I'm, you know, bit of money in my pension sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I could have done more. And looking back, I was like, what could I have done? I could have just done the YouTube. If I got 5 more customers in the year from that, unreal.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I used to enjoy it. I had the time again now. I wasn't in that growth phase of my business. So I was like, I've got a bit more time. The weekends were a bit freer. So I thought, let me buy a camera. Bought myself a camera. We started chatting again because I remember watching your videos just to kind of see where the landscape had gone.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
was a terrible example of that.
Mate,
fight,
you were a bit awful, honestly. We had a chat, and
I was
I
putting out-
it was me,
yeah.
wasn't it? I was shaking you. I was like, you need to change, bro.
Well, I was putting out a video. I was consistently putting out a video a week for 2 years, and during the summer I was doing 2 a week, and I was so set on getting these videos out that I think I lost track of the quality over the quantity.
Yeah,
So
I think
they were subpar videos, and like lots of people do enjoy them, and it was earning me money, but it wasn't, it wasn't paying for my time.
I think for me, and I'm not a guru or claiming to know more than anyone else at YouTube. Like I do feel like I've just been exceptionally lucky over the last year with my growth, but I also made a point of kind of thinking to myself who my videos were for, and that's the main basis of our chat, wasn't it? Was you were putting out these videos so consistently, and every video had a decent amount of effort in, but the audience was a bit fragmented, I thought.
Yeah, it was.
And that's what I always thought I did well originally.
Yeah.
Obviously I stopped because we had a chat, and it's like most of the people who were watching the videos on curbside cleaning were watching videos because they're satisfying pressure washing videos, right? that same viewer probably, I'm not going to say guarantee, but probably isn't that interested in, I bought a Temu pressure washer, how well did it do? Those are two different like lanes, you know. And like I said, I don't know what I'm talking about really, but we had that chat, and I think since you changed that, you've got a lot more momentum, and your videos have been niche, unreal
really.
recently.
You've got a super niche down.
Yeah.
So like now, like what you said, I've just gone straight into get the most satisfying jobs, you know, as big as you can with the best story behind them.
Now, you've been flying from that as well.
Well, recently, yeah.
What is as someone that don't do YouTube, what is a satisfying video in your head? What's the
so just something
checklist?
that starts really dirty, and
isn't that all driveways?
No, not really.
No.
You must have seen some jobs that
like
like,
that
you
one
think,
you
why are
done
you
the other
paying
day, the coloured one.
The Indian sandstone.
No, the coloured.
Oh, the
block
rainbow
paving.
block, yeah.
It was a good transformation,
Yeah.
but it's not like fucking hell.
Right,
That's
okay.
insane.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes
Whereas like
you
the
see
playground,
that, yeah.
did you see the end result on the
Yeah,
playground
it was
and the
insane.
start? And you're like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
can't
You didn't
I
even
couldn't
know that was
imagine
yellow
them,
under
those
there.
colour- Like that's
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, the
no,
colours
that's
were there.
the
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
level that's going to be.
Right, I see what you mean.
there.
I think that's important for us in the pressure washing YouTube. I think there is a few ingredients that the big channels do really well, and I try not to copy anyone, but I take inspiration from people, and I take inspiration from other like YouTube industries. You know, like there's a car guy, Matt Armstrong. I don't know whether you watch him. He's got like millions of subscribers. His videos are all brilliant, even if you don't like cars.
Yeah,
you don't have to like cars.
Because he talks about fixing them and
Hey,
stuff.
you
And it's
think
quite-
about Ben from Flawless Cleaning, right? One of his videos, I think, done over 4 or 5 million views.
6.8 now.
6.8 million views. 6.8 million people are not going, I love pressure washing. I love pressure washing.
That is a fantastic
They're not
point you
doing
just
that.
made. That is a very,
You know
very
what I
good
mean?
point. Yeah.
The
I-
viewers aren't
I
pressure
think-
washing enthusiasts.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
not
what
who you
is,
want it.
you've
Want to
That's
watch.
such an
you've
interesting
got to
point.
have like a tick sheet or like a bar chart almost, and you've got like story.
Yeah, number one is story.
Story, satisfaction, and whatever else is on your tick sheet.
Yeah.
So it can be personal to you, but you want those as high as possible. So you could have like a really good story, which just for the purposes of explaining, you know, you could have like an elderly woman who's had a fall and now can't go out and tend to her garden. It's got all overgrown. You've come in for free and
Yeah, she
cleaned
couldn't
up.
do it herself.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So that's like a nice story. You're doing something good, and the satisfaction level's high because the garden's all overgrown and the patio's all rank. But at the same time, you could have something that's not as high in the satisfaction scale, but much higher on the story scale, and that could also work. But when you hit both,
It
up
just
the top,
works.
That's
Yeah.
a recipe for a really good video. But then it goes even further into that, so you have to like film it properly and like edit it properly. So like that playground job that I've done recently, that I filmed that with 2 cameras. That took me like 14 or 15 hours to edit, and it was like the longest time I've ever spent on a video. But it's also the video that's got the most views. So
it makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get out what you put in.
It's a funny old game, though. It's a funny old game because it's like with Ryan there, we knew that video was going to do, well, we didn't know, but we thought that video was going to do
Assumed,
well.
yeah.
Because there's not many videos like that.
No.
Well, the ones
Yeah.
that are like that,
That
like
tend to do
mine's
well.
really done like poorly in comparison to other.
No, I
playground
don't think it.
cleaning
I don't think it
videos.
has. I think there's a lot of people who've tried playground cleaning videos because like someone did a video and it got a million
Yeah.
views and they've gone. Everyone loves that.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
I think yours had
How many views? Oh,
a
sorry.
catchy intro, like a very catchy intro that got people's attention. That's important. But also like people feel good watching the video. They go,
Yeah.
that's a playground. The kids can go play on that.
Yeah.
Like you said about that old lady. Like if I look in my YouTube studio, which is like the app that you go in and can see who watches your video, like the demographic, like the most of the people who watch my video are between 45 and 65, and the majority of them are women.
That's because you're an absolute stud.
Yeah. Well, you said it, mate. But well, what can I say? That's the secret to the growth, isn't it?
They want you little pencil jets on.
I've got a fan jet, bro. Something's wrong with it. A rinse bar. Fucking hell, we've got udders. But no, so yeah.
Hang on.
Oh yeah. So the majority of my viewers, not all of them, but like the higher number than average are 45 to 65-year-old women. I assume, safe to say, it's probably the same for you.
Yeah.
Because that tends to be the sort of person who enjoys watching the satisfying, feel-good videos.
I had, to
in
send,
yours,
I had to send my statistics to someone for a brand deal
did you?
the other day, and it's for a product in the cleaning industry that he wanted me to promote.
Spill the beans.
It was the same one Jake Smout does. The
Mosure.
Mosure. But I said to him, it'd be much better for him to advertise on the podcast because we're 85% males.
Everyone who listens to this likes cleaning, don't
yeah.
they? Yeah.
Whereas I said my statistics for curbside are like, what you say, 45 to 65 women.
Yeah. 100%.
So, from America, like 35% from America.
This is a captive audience that people would be, I'm sure a lot of people listening to this do or are interested in doing what we do.
The statistics is insane. It's 85% men, 92% of those were from the UK.
Look at the comments. All it is exterior cleaning, window cleaner, window cleaner.
Yeah,
it's
so
incredible.
You'd probably be right. That'd be a good one to do. I've not had a brand deal yet. No.
They're not always that great.
I'm not really like that.
I had, when you was taking your time off, I had
it?
quite a few people reach out to me. And they're like, oh, can you promote this product? And like, a lot of them, I just say no, because the product isn't...
I've got too much money.
No, the product isn't suitable for my videos. So it'll be like, one of them was like a garden hose that you drill into the wall. I was like, I can't turn up to a customer's house and drill a hose.
How'd you get the water in it?
Well, no, it goes into like a hose lock one that goes on the wall, but it was their own brand. But you mount it.
Oh, right, okay, so it's a different connector tap, and then...
It's just a hose.
Oh.
So why would you
No wonder you didn't do it.
It's a mountable to the wall hose reel. I don't know how else to explain.
Oh, the hose reel. The hose reel gets mounted on the wall.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can't take that everywhere, can you?
And they're like, well, we'll send you one, you can promote it. And I was like, it's not...
I've never even used it, bruv. How am I going to promote it?
But it doesn't work. It doesn't work for my
That's
videos.
what always makes me laugh.
Yeah.
That's what makes me laugh. It's like, oh, we'll send you this if you put an advert in your video. And it's like, well, send me it and I'll use it, and then I might put an advert. I'm not putting...
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then you're like, well, I'll do it, but I want £1,000. And then they never reply to you.
Well, the thing is, we'll go back to YouTube then, is like, for me, I'm very lucky that the views have come. I have put a lot more effort in these videos, researching who my viewers are.
How many views are we talking, Jake?
So, I don't know.
3 million.
3 million, yeah.
On one video?
Since January.
Across.
So it's not like, some people have got one video that got more views than that. But for me, I set a goal in January of having 1,500 subscribers by the end of the year. I was on 700 and I wanted to do a video every other week.
And
I wanted to
now?
double by the end of the year. I'm just over 16,500.
Oh, mate, you're flying.
Yeah. Mate, we done 1,500 subscribers in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, the first video.
So I was like, whoa.
The first video, isn't it?
First video went mental for some reason.
Your inbox is going to go insane,
the first
mate.
video done
First
like
video went mental.
350,000 views.
Mental.
Then the second one didn't do as well, and we thought...
But we say it didn't do as well.
It was still like 50,000 views.
It's on unreal views, yeah.
But then like the third one, I think that one's over 500,000.
There's a couple of videos that are over 500,000.
What's the highest video you got?
580.
580,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate, it's incredible. So what's the plan? Are you going to start just like becoming, I know it sounds silly, like a little Mr. Beast? And just start focusing on...
He hit on 300 million subscribers this week.
I cleaned 100 people with my pressure washer for 200 grand. Yeah, 300 million.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That is crazy.
He hit 300 million watches in a week.
Yeah.
Subscribers.
His channel is on 300 million
He does like
now.
1 billion views a month.
Do you know? Did you ever tell you? Not you personally.
I've never spoken to Mr.
Did you ever
Beast.
watch the interview? He got offered $1 billion for his channel.
Oh, to walk away, and he said no.
And he said no.
Well, he's going to make more than that.
The channel's nothing.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Do you know he's got like 14 revenue streams? He's got chocolate bars. He's opened up a burger
I've eaten
joint.
chocolate bars. The chocolate bars are
over 40
bad, bro.
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
He
The
does
chocolate bars
all
are
different
shit.
languages.
Yes, I
He's
saw
got Mr.
that
Beast
about
in Spanish. He's
Espanol.
got like over 100 million.
So I
subscribers.
watched his Joe Rogan, right? He's quite, mate. Not that he's
President Jimmy is a nice guy.
not that he's
back
ever going to
President
watch
Jimmy.
it, but he's a bit of a nerd, right? If you actually watch him, he's a bit of a nerd.
He's into it, isn't he?
Big time. He's like a proper geek for YouTube, right? Mate, he let out a fact here when I was watching it, and it blew my mind, right? And it made me pause it, and I was like, I've got to Google that. Mate, less than 20% of the world speaks English. And I was like, whoa. And then when you think about it, of course, like you've got all Latin America and everything.
Yeah.
And then like he said, so that's why I started doing the YouTube in Spanish and in German and in like Dutch and all the rest of it and going around all the countries. And I thought, of course, bruv, that makes total sense.
All he does is pay someone to dub over the video.
Yeah.
It's the same video.
Mate, it's insane.
Right.
But this
Mental.
is where he gets this. See, this is where he's king, right? No joke. So he went to like Korea, right? But then he went straight into Korea, went straight up to the top actor and said, "I need you to dub my video."
Straight up to the top
Yeah,
actor,
yeah.
just
Yeah.
walked up to him.
Do you know what
Geezer!
I mean? Well, he's Mr. Beast,
No,
mate.
so they're famous.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So they go watch it.
Okay, so
In
the
Spain,
Koreans are
he
like, I
got a
like
footballer.
this.
Yeah.
In Spain, he got a footballer, one of the top footballers for Spain.
Really?
So he's like, mate, he's in and he's killed it.
Clever,
Do you-
innit?
mate, it's genius.
Clever.
He's clever.
Most
Like
people
even the
would go,
voice.
let me go on Fiverr and get the
Yeah,
cheapest,
yeah.
Do you know
the
what I mean?
cheapest
Or
guy.
even
or
AI.
whatever.
it.
Yeah, AI now, isn't it?
Fuck
It's
it,
like,
mate,
did
unbelievable.
you know on YouTube? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, just stop, mate. That's that bloody American voice. No offense to any of the 12% Americans that watch this. He's like, YouTube channels in 2025.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
oh, mate,
jarring,
please
isn't
stop, please stop.
Jarring.
On every channel, it's like, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
So just getting back to the YouTube video.
Yeah, sorry, I bit went off track there, didn't I?
What do you think has been one of the driving factors between what you were doing before and what you're doing now, with such a huge difference in the amount of views?
I think my change in approach a little bit was before I was doing it just because I wanted to enjoy it, and I still enjoy it. Like obviously, I enjoy it now. I wouldn't have started again, but I had no intentions of making money, and I really had no intentions of making money starting again this year. Really,
Come on, mate, that's blown up in your face, isn't it?
Well, I remember
Yeah,
you
it's done
saying-
alright, it's done
I remember
alright.
you saying to me when you started, and you was like, if I can get 1,000 subscribers by August and get monetized, then I'll be happy.
Happy days, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we do these cleans, and not everyone is free. We were
No.
saying about the elements of what makes a good video, and I think a satisfying clean, a story, but also the viewer to feel good. And if you're helping a 82-year-old lady or whatever, like one of the videos that done well for me was an 82-year-old lady. She was out, and the daughter had called me, and I said I'd go do it all for free. Right, so when she came home, she'd be surprised. And
Oh, mate, what a cool
mate,
what a
I
cool
felt
video.
so great doing that. So I know that the viewers
Didn't the old
would
bird
also
like
feel
really
it.
get really angry with you?
So the daughter was, I said, oh, I'd love for her to come home so I could see her reaction and share it with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you don't want to do that. And I was like, why? And she goes, she'll be fuming. I said, well, you've asked me to clean her patio. Why is she going to be angry? Why have I done this? What have I done? And she was like, oh, she'll be angry. She wouldn't let you do it for free. She would not let you do it. She'd be so angry that we've let you do it for
yeah,
free.
yeah, I know
And I said, but I wanted to do it. I asked you if I could do it for free. Like, I wanted to do something
Yeah,
for someone
cool,
else. I had the day off. Like, I can make a YouTube video. You know, eventually that could lead to some money coming back to my pocket. You know, and she was like, yeah, she'll be fuming. But like that, I felt good doing it. I was doing a good deed. So you can see in the comments of that video, the people who've watched it have gone, wow, that's really nice of you to have done that. And I didn't do it for an ego boost, but they know that they feel good watching it.
It's raw, isn't it? It's raw
Yeah.
content. Yeah.
Portion of
It's
it.
genuine. And
Yeah.
I
Portion
think
of it.
back to your question, like what sort of went right this year on YouTube, I suppose, was I was going to make some videos that I enjoyed editing, had a bit of fun with them. I put like little Call of Duty hit markers and weird noises if I fall over, and I've done some stupid little Riz camera thing, like doing a little like smolder on the camera, like just having fun with it, you know. But the main thing is I don't want to be that guy who goes, oh, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to have a fantastic clean.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy. Oh, I'm doing this whole neighborhood for completely free because I don't want to make any money on YouTube. It's out of the goodness of my heart.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to do it for free and it's genuine, I will do it.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I can't be that person who's like, you know, like hidden camera in your glasses or something to try and like catch people's reaction and like almost like scam them into putting their reaction on YouTube or whatever, just because that's what sells. Like,
There's one thing
I'd
I've
rather
always
just be
found
happy with
very
what I'm
hard,
doing.
Like asking people for reaction or
right.
asking them to be on camera.
Yeah, can I just
Yeah.
get you to repeat that, but for the GoPro, please?
Yeah, it's just
Like,
so difficult.
I'm sure there is channels that do that. I'm not saying accusing anyone or anything like that. I'm really not. But like, I think that doing that would actually get me more viewers.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
would.
Like,
Yeah.
But what I've done this year is just try and be genuine. Like, if I think it's a good clean, then I'll say at the end of the video, well, I'm really happy with that clean. That's turned out amazing. If I think it's a bit of a shit clean, I'll be like, do you know what? I've tried my best. it hasn't come up as good as I'd have liked. I had one job this year that I'd done. There's still black spots at the end, like way too many for me to be happy. And I said to the camera, I said, I'm at a loss of what to do here. I'm still learning. If you've got any ideas, please put in the comments. And do you know what? People putting in comments, half of them didn't have a clue what they were on about, honestly.
No.
Which you get, but they're trying to be helpful.
They're like, burn it off.
It's good advice there,
with
though.
a blowtorch.
Yeah, you should have used chemical. Well, I did. You missed that part, the 15-minute part of the video where I coated it in chemical. But like, some people are like, oh, maybe try this chemical, maybe try this. And I'm like, do you know what? That's actually, I'll take that advice.
Yeah, of course.
Because I genuinely wanted help.
Everyone wants the help, yeah.
Like, I wanted to get a good result for that customer. I've been back, I've tried to get rid of some more. Like, I think people can sense that.
I think sometimes you just
People
can't,
can sense
can't
that.
win.
Mate, the day I go on the camera and I go, oh, I'm so excited to be here. I'm doing it for free. Just really happy to be here. And I'm not happy to be there. And I'm like, I'm just doing this for free. I hope this video makes me enough money to cover my costs.
Mate, them videos
then
make
I'm
me
going to
sick,
quit.
yeah.
I'm going to
Them videos make me
quit.
sick.
Yeah.
If it's not enjoyable and I'm not being able to be genuine and sustain it, what's the point, man? Like, I'm doing it for fun. It just so happens that it's got some viewers. And do you know what? I feel really good when people comment and they say, well done, and this was a good clean.
It's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that because I was watching like all the usual suspects like Joe Rogan and all like interviews, Diary of a CEO and bits and pieces like that. Been listening to a lot of them recently. And like, obviously we have our own podcast and we chat to people, right? But like, I've noticed that we have an awful lot of, not issues, but we have a lot more stops and starts and bits and pieces than them, right? And the only thing I can put it down to is acting.
They
like,
smoke a lot of weed while they're doing it, mate. It probably makes it a bit more.
But when you get to that level, right? So like when you watch this back, right? Watch it back, right? And then watch any Joe Rogan podcast, right? Joe Rogan might open up his mouth for like maybe 15 seconds in an hour. And they just go off on this tyrant. And I think there's no way they've walked in that room and that's just off the cuff. Like they must have researched this. There's scripts involved. There's structures to the sentences.
Yeah, that. But as well, like their editing skills might be like insane.
Yeah.
You know when they cut between like Joe Rogan, because they always like pan when Joe's talking, they look at Joe Rogan, don't they? They've got that angle of him. We all know that angle with the red curtain behind him, and then they flip. They probably do edit it.
There's
clever.
a cut. There'll be a cut there.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think he said before, because his podcast go on for ages. I mean, the listeners are probably thinking, this mate, you don't shut up, but this podcast goes like, what, hour and a half, doesn't it?
Well, his one's
sometimes 2 hours.
2.5, 3 hours sometimes.
Joe Rogan's.
Pardon me, hour and a half.
Joe Rogan's are like, sometimes I've seen one that's like 5 hours long.
Yeah, we stick to, when it's just me and Dan, we try and stick under an hour.
Yeah, the boring ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're my favourite ones.
Well, we just think like it's and it's the same with the YouTube. So you don't want to do too much and then not have and even lose viewers. So like, if we real timed these jobs that we film, people just wouldn't watch it because there's a lot of like no one's going to watch me for 30 minutes waiting for hypo to work.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you've got to cut bits out, and like it's the same with the podcast. If we just left in all the stuff, like where we're talking about what we're going to talk about next or whatever, no one will watch it. It'd be 45 minutes of chat and 45 minutes of bullshit.
I'd watch it, bro.
Yeah, you probably would.
To be fair, like you say that, and this is no slight on you two, and I'm sure the people listening to this are like, they ain't talked about fucking cleaning at all on this one.
Yeah.
Mate, I listened to some of the episodes and the title's like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
We're like, how to start your window cleaning business, and then there's like 40 seconds about window cleaning. Then it's just like Dan talking about how he stepped in shit, or like Ryan's broke his wrist or something. It's just like absolute shit for 45 minutes.
No, it is.
But then I'm like, when's the next one? When's the next one?
That's the problem, though. We get off on a tangent and we just disappear.
That's what makes this podcast good, man. Like you couldn't. It's like Ryan said. You could watch a live stream of him pressure washing. Yeah, probably 10 people will watch it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But
you cut it up and speed some bits up and like put a little intro in there.
It's funny,
and 500,000 people watch it.
I've thought about this before, and this is going to sound really strong, right? And I don't mean like don't take it on face value. I think we would almost work better apart on a podcast than we do together. Does that make sense?
Well, the breakup.
No.
No.
Well,
But what I mean is
explain.
like exactly what you just said. Yeah, look, like we can talk on a subject for hours,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But that's our problem.
Oh, right.
Right?
Yeah. It
So-
would be a lot more to the
Oh,
point.
So
what
if
you
I
mean,
went on a
right.
podcast and they said, right, so how did M came? Oh, mate, I'll give you every day my photographic memory, yeah, and so could you.
Autistic
Yeah,
memory.
but when we're
Yeah,
together, the
autism.
tism bashes off each other, and then we're talking about Lego within 10 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's like
He
it's
loves a Lego.
insane. It's insane.
Dan's go-to when he says I'm autistic is just because I have Lego.
Mate, you've not seen
He
the
loves
other
it.
traits that he possesses that are easy to target.
And that's just one of many. Do you know what I mean? That's the straw
the
that
main
broke
one.
Yeah, that's the 13th reason, big man.
Mate, that's the prerequisite to
Yeah,
getting into
yeah.
exterior cleaning. That
He's
is.
just got, and also for the viewers, it ain't one or two pieces. He's got a wall of Lego.
I've got all of the Lego.
You've got-
And
you
all
can
Mate,
of
the
autism.
Lego is sick.
You completed Lego, big man.
Bro, I wish I had space for some Lego, man. Lego's fun. Lego's decent,
all
man.
you gotta do
One of
is
them things
get
that you
a
just
big old
don't do,
warehouse.
and then you do it, and you're like, this is so embarrassing. Why am I doing some Lego? And then you build some Lego, you're like, oh, that was sick.
Yeah,
That
totally.
was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all you got to do is get a warehouse, build a shed, and then you've got loads of walls to put Lego on.
Mate, we walk around daily cleaning clear panes of glass to make them more clear. There's something wrong with us. Like, we know that.
I go home to my missus and I'll be doing something and I'll be making dinner and I'll just start singing, but like really stupid, yeah.
Yeah,
Tommy
yeah.
used to work at the door, or something like that, yeah, really weird. And she
Oh,
pokes her head around, she goes, "Are you all right, mate?" And I'm like, "It's what happens when you just stare at windows all day on your
Mate,
own. Like
you're mental.
your mind
Well,
starts losing."
It was a last week's podcast, so it's probably not last week on this episode, but I remember last week, the one that came out at this time of recording, you were saying that you doing your windows, but you're going to try and keep your flat pack because you enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm like, which kind of psychopath
That's just
enjoys?
Lego for like handyman.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he's slagging off Lego and he's
yeah.
building little
It's just
bloody
big
IKEA mini-esques.
Just big Lego, innit?
He's like, I know where all the pieces go. He's basically breaking down his Lego and rebuilding
And
it.
he's got an instruction manual and pieces.
Babe, come
never
and look, I've
thought
done
of
this
that.
custom
That's
custom
quality.
wardrobe.
That is a quality point. Yeah, mate, I love a bit of flat pack. I haven't had it in ages though.
Oh, I can't stand
You done
flat
that
pack.
shed? That was like a flat pack shed, wasn't it?
Oh, that shed
That
you
was-
put up
that
with
was a-
quality.
yeah,
That'd be
that
good.
was a flat pack
Yeah,
shed, to be fair.
showed my girlfriend that. We said we want to get one for our house.
They look really good.
Oh,
didn't
I
they?
took a bit of an L on that.
Did
So
you?
I went there because I had to.
Yeah, let's talk about business for a minute.
Yeah. I had to take down an arch, right? I had to take down an arch and sort out the gardener. So I had help with me that day. So I said, "You get cracking on that, and I'll build the shed." So I built the shed, and he had a fig tree or a fig bush. I don't know if you know about them. Figs go wild. They are enormous, right? And that it was just ridiculous taking over his garden. So as I'm building it, he keeps hitting the figs. So I was like, "Go and get my loppers," and I had to cut a load of it off. And he's come out, and I'm like, "You got a green bin?" He went, "No, I don't pay the subscription." And I was like, "Fuck, I've just cut probably half a van load of fig branches off, and now I've got to fucking take them with me." Yeah,
To figure it out.
So,
Edit
I-
that out.
So you've got
Edit
you've
that
got a
out.
real good.
And then he said to me, "Can you cut it down?" I was like, "With pleasure."
was
So
gonna
I'll
say,
put that
With
next week.
pleasure.
I'll put
You've
that next
got a
week.
real good. You've got a real good habit of like doing stuff for free, but like just kicks you in the arse.
Oh yeah, no, but I had to because otherwise
Yeah.
it wouldn't have gone up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
always the way, isn't it? It's a bit of a side tangent, but it's always the way with business. Since I found cleaning, like the ones that the customers are like, "Oh, I really need this doing," but honestly, that's a bit out of my price range. And that one time you're like, "Oh, I'm not that busy that day. Do you know
Yeah,
what? I'll
I'll
just
do
help
it,
her
yeah.
out or help him out."
It's
You
just
go
the
there and you
worst
just
job
get bent
ever.
over, and it's
Yeah.
like you're there for like 9 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Terrible,
always the jobs.
terrible.
Like I've got a couple of customers. I don't know why I do it, but like I've got a minimum charge of 160 for any pressure washing.
It's cheap.
All right. There we go. You heard it here first.
Bottle of Coke costs more than that.
And yeah, not 160. And I've got these customers, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, like whilst I'm there doing your windows, I've got the pressure wash from the van. I'll do it for 80 quid for you." But like my brain don't work before I've said it, and then I've said it, and then they're going, "Oh," and you're humming and ahhing. And I'm like, "Mate, it's fucking half price.
How are you not saying
Like,
yes?
how are you not taking this?"
Oh,
and
do you
then
know
they
what-
go, "All right, go on then, do it." And then there's like,
6,000 pots.
yeah,
You've got to
or
move
like,
on.
Yeah.
and, like you miss like a little square like that from the surface, or where the surface cleaner overlaps, and you miss a tiny little square, and they point it out.
They
And
call
I'm
you
like,
back.
I'm not coming back to.
Well, you
clean
should
it.
go. You should do a proper job first time then, mate.
I done it once, and she left this like the biggest plant pot on the patio, and I moved everything else apart from this plant pot.
I bet she brought it up.
She moved it after I finished, and she
Mate.
was like, "There's a circle under that plant pot you haven't
Just
moved."
put it back then.
Yeah.
You'll never see it.
But because
Mate.
she had moved it from its original position, but they didn't tell me.
Oh, mate.
So she'd moved it from the original position into the.
Did you go
wherever
back?
It was. Yeah, I put some hype on it.
Yeah, well, like circling back, what you just said about that plant pot, back to the YouTube topic, that first video that I come back in January and I did, so this is like the dark side of YouTube. So for all the amazing, like unbelievable comments that you get, like all of these people like, oh wow, you're a saint for doing that, and you know, it does make you feel good when you get those really nice comments, or like, wow, that's a really nice transformation, perfect, couldn't have been any better. Like you get a real high off that. That first video I done, I had all these comments coming in, and obviously it was my first video, so I was like hot on it. I replied to everyone in the first day or two anyway, but then I kind of fall off a bit. This video, I had a few people that were like, wow, the colour transformation's amazing. And then the bad ones started coming in.
Yeah, welcome
and
to
they made
hell.
me feel sick.
Yeah.
They made me feel sick.
Go on,
like,
what was
this
some of them
guy,
like?
he was an older guy, he's definitely like over 80, and he had this green, like, well, it was cream, but with
Is
green
it-
lid. You know those garden bins?
Is this the customer's house you're describing?
Yeah,
Is
the
it over-
customer's
right,
house.
okay,
Yeah. So he had this like garden bin. You know those ones that you lift up and you could put your lawnmower in and stuff like that. And he had this garden bin, mate, and it had like
Everything.
about 70 roof tiles in it. And I said to him, I said, look, what do you want me to do with that? And he said, leave it. I'm never going to move it. Just go round it. And I was like, all right, if you insist, you know what I mean? I don't mind taking everything out. He was like, yeah, just leave it. It's fine.
Fucking, I wouldn't do that.
Right.
Would you?
What, take it all out?
Yeah, take it all out and move it. I wouldn't do that.
Well, this wasn't a free job. This was a paid job. And it
No,
was,
I
it was
would
quite
I
a
wouldn't
big
even do that
pay.
on a paid job. No.
No?
No.
I was just doing it out of the goodness of my heart, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can mug
That's
yourself
where you
off
go
a little
wrong.
bit.
No, I'm joking. No,
But I'd done this anyway. I said, yeah, no worries. Okay, I'll go round it. So I started filming it anyway. And I went round it. All these nice comments. Oh, you've done such a good job. Then the brigade started coming in, right? Oh, half a job. You didn't move that. So you didn't want to go round that thing. I had one comment, mate, and this stung me. I don't say the comments to people because they're just negative, aren't they? They get you down. There's not many negative comments now. I think it's when you're starting out, people like attack you.
I haven't had
They
one
bring you
ages.
down. Yeah, I don't have them very often now because I do a good job.
Crabs in a bucket, innit? It's crabs
Bro,
in a bucket.
This guy, he commented and he goes, I would be embarrassed if you came and cleaned my house like that.
He said
My wife would be fuming and wouldn't pay you. And I was like,
Why
what?
is he talking about his wife?
My wife would not
Mate.
pay you. My wife's got my
My bollocks in her
my
house.
allowance. She would not spend my allowance out of her pot on that. He was like, I would be embarrassed
Some
if you did
people-
that. And I was like, whoa. Because at first you're not like, what a cunt. You're like, oh my God, should I have just moved it anyway? And then you think like, come
Yeah,
on,
you
it's
got it in your head
easy.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I really did. And do you know what? I was so excited to put that video up, and I had all these nice comments. That one comment, it just
It
daggered
ruins
me.
it, doesn't
Mate,
it?
And I was like, oh, why have you said that?
People are unbelievable.
We
mate.
had one on the
Just reminded me
podcast,
when you
didn't
said
we,
about
the
that
other
pot.
day?
We had one on the pod,
I
yeah.
can't remember what he said.
He said, big subs not drop the fuck boy banter or something,
yeah, that was
or,
it,
or
yeah.
side boy banter.
Something
Side
like that.
boy?
I,
What's a
I
side
don't
boy?
quite understand it. And then
Is
we
that a
went on his
thing, side
page,
boy?
and
No,
he
I
just
went on his page and I found him on Facebook.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
care,
said-
you do care a bit more
I
than
said,
me.
so I went on his page, found his YouTube videos, went on his Facebook. His wife looks like a cunt.
Oh,
I hope-
wow.
You look
That was
like
my
a
second
cunt.
account posting that.
Right? Take your negativity somewhere else. There's no room for it here, son.
Jeez.
And I hope your next shit is a cactus. How about that?
But you were like that though. You were like that. Do you know, Ryan's always been like this, and I'm not like it. I hate
I'll tell you,
conflict.
I'll tell
I
you
hate
something,
conflict.
right? I'll tell you something. If anyone puts hate on it, I'll tell you now, this boy will find everything about you.
Right.
And like some woman jumped on us once, right, and said, I don't think you should have a podcast. Mate, he sent me every video of her, of what she had, and just ripped the life apart, mate. And
he will write paragraphs.
I was in
right?
tears
Responded
laughing. Do you remember the woman?
Yeah.
And it
I
was
got
like,
the energy.
mate,
I don't know how you got the energy,
insane.
bro.
It was
They're
insane.
banned in here.
No, I don't know how he's got the energy. Do you know what I started doing?
I think
I
it's a
told
great
Ryan
It's
about
the
it.
screen
Time.
record that kills me. You know the screen record. You can see the
Mate,
type
and
in the
he's
message.
typing it.
Yeah.
You know his thumbs are like fuming as well. Still,
He's got many men
I'm like,
shadow
I'm
boxing.
like, we're about
Mate.
as funny as your fucking life, you loser.
Mate, he sends me these pictures.
Which
He's
is
like,
a bit worse,
"Look at
mate.
this comment, bro," and he's like his response, and he's quite funny. And I'm like, I don't know how you got that energy,
they
mate.
kill
A lot of my subscribers now, like my regular viewers, they'll
Defend
start
you.
attacking.
Yeah,
I've
I'll stick
got
over
like,
your
I've got
one.
like a loyal band of like guard dogs,
Loyal
and
bandits.
they just fucking, I don't even say anything.
Disciples.
Mate, it's
The
like-
amount of
yeah.
comments I get, there's this one thread from some guy who's like giving his opinion and doesn't know what he's talking about.
Some young guy.
And there's about 19 replies to this comment going, another fucking armchair expert. But they all say the same thing, so they've jumped on this
Love that. That's your bots,
this
isn't it?
reply thread.
That's his bots. Bot.exe activate.
Just another armchair expert. Just one after the other.
He's just like signing out of this YouTube account, scroll down into that one, copy and paste, signing out.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
No, yeah, you love getting them back. I'll just hide them from the channel now.
Yeah, I think
Behave yourselves.
The people that enjoy your videos would see that comment anyway and think the exact same thing that you're thinking.
Yeah.
And it's like, no one who enjoys your videos is going to see that negative comment and go,
Actually,
oh,
right.
yeah, actually,
Do you know what it reminds
I
me
don't
of?
like him anymore.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It's just like unwarranted hate for no reason. It reminds me, and we'll go back to business again, and it's like, you've said it before, mainly with roofs. Like, I don't do too many roofs now. I've kind of gone off them a little bit. Because I'm on my own, I don't really do much work with other people. But they can be a great part of your business. But it just reminds me of like the amount of customers who I've gone to and I'm like, right, well, we can offer you two options. We've got the scrape and buy side, or we've got the pressure wash. And I never say like pressure wash, I always say like, you know, low pressure or lower pressure cleaning, because otherwise people think you're up on the roof with your Karcher or whatever. But the amount of people who go, oh, I spoke to a roofer and he said that's going to be awful. And it's like, why has he said that? Because if you're a roofer and you've seen a professional exterior cleaner with the right equipment, that you know that's not damaging the roof.
Also,
but they just love to like hate.
Yeah, totally.
If you're a roofer and we're going to destroy their roof and make
Make
a
him
replacement,
Yeah, make you more money.
why wouldn't he want the money?
Not that that would be a reason to like say that it's good, but like these people just come out of the woodwork and they're just like, oh, terrible. Like with your podcast, it's like, yeah, well, when you started, you probably did have 5 listeners. So did everyone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I had a roof I cleaned back end of last year, and brilliant job. One of my best transformations, and I've actually filmed the job with the GoPro on my head, thinking, and I was cleaning. I think this is fucking quality.
I remember
Such
that.
a
Was
good
that Rayleigh?
transformation, Hockley. And it turns out the camera was pointing a little bit too high.
Okay.
So as I'm cleaning it, you could just see the 2 rows above where I'm cleaning.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't capture any of it really. And she was having a garden redone, like all new paving, landscaped and stuff. So I didn't go to clean her windows for a couple of months. She was only every 8 weeks anyway. So about 3 or 4 months later, I've come back to clean her windows and she's got a new roof. And I said,
oh, I remember you've said about this.
Was there an issue? Like, what happened? And she was like, oh, no, nothing happened, but we've got a mate who's a roofer and said that we'll get a leak. I was like, but you didn't have any water coming in.
So you didn't have a leak?
No, not yet. No, but we thought we'd just get in front of it.
Oh my God.
That's
I
ridiculous.
said, I'm not being funny, but he's had you over for a new roof.
He's not your mate, is he?
I said, at least you've had I felt really bad. So I was like, I've told you that
That's
you've been done
unbelievable.
over.
See, like, this is something I always remember as well, right? You know, like we get older and we mature.
Everyone
we
does,
learn.
mate.
No. We're
Not just
learning
us.
and we're understanding things better.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
No.
Like they're
Yeah,
getting
true.
older, but they're not learning.
They don't learn, yeah,
Like,
true.
and like them getting, listen, like I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I don't want to say you've done a bad job. Maybe it leaked or whatever. But I personally think they've been turned over royally.
Yeah.
And I think, come on, mate, surely.
Yeah.
Come on, at least
it's
give
your
it 6
friend.
months, man.
I mean, if they wanted
Do you know
a
what
new
I mean?
roof anyway, then fair enough.
I see
but-
some things and I think, why did you have that done, bro?
Yeah.
Like, why?
I had someone contact me for a roof clean, and really nice lady, and we were messaging on Facebook. She sent me the address, sent me loads of pictures of the roof, like really helpful. And I was like, great, pretty straightforward. Gave her the price, measured it up, gave her the price, booked it in. She was like, great, can't wait for it. Really looking forward to it. Gave her the pros and cons of both. Sent her a video. I actually sent her one of your videos. I was like, this is what you can expect it to look like, one of your roof cleaning videos. And she was like, great, let's go for that option. Does it have any issues or anything? And I was like, no, as long as you've got a sound roof. I'll do a quick inspection when I go up on the tower anyway. Obviously, if there's anything major, I'll just tell you, which won't do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably not the best way to do it on my behalf. But I was like, you know, really good interaction. 4 days before the job, she messages me, can I call you? And I was like, yeah, of course you can. I thought, oh, is she hurt or something really bad's happened? She called me, mate, she was irate, really angry on the phone, like I'd missold her or something. I've spoken to a roofer and he said, you're going to smash my roof up and you're going to do this and that and you're going to be walking on the roof. And I said, no. The emails that we've sent, I've told you that I'll do it all off a mobile scaffold. I'm not going on the roof. Oh, well, your pressure washer is going to be too high pressure and it's going to break through the tile.
Jesus Christ.
Break through the tile.
Fucking gun.
So I was like, whoa.
Sledgehammer.
So this guy it turns out he wasn't actually even a roofer. So I was like, oh, can you tell me the name of this roofer? Like, I'm just a bit confused as why he's going around saying this. I'd like to speak to him and learn myself, almost like maybe there is something that I'm doing wrong. Like I said, I'm always learning. So she was like, oh, well, he's not actually a roofer. He's my landscape gardener.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
see what I mean?
And you've said, I'm getting my roof done in a few days. I'm so excited. And he's gone, don't do that.
You should have said to her, no, don't have a landscape gardener come round, mate.
I cancelled the job.
No, don't have one of them come round.
I cancelled the job. I'm not.
Yeah, agreed.
I've had so much communication with you. I've tried to settle any questions or queries. I was more than happy to scrape it. Like, more than happy to. I've really tried to settle your worries or any questions that you had. And then you've just disregarded all of that. Took the words of a gardener who doesn't do what we do and has no roofing expertise at all, and then really been quite angry at me on the phone. I just told her, I said, look, I understand you've kind of had a bit of a scare from someone telling you that this will happen. I'm a professional. I've got these reviews. I've done a lot of these jobs. You know, things happen. If there's a cracked tile, if the mortar's loose, things do get damaged. Of course they do. Like, but if your roof is fine, what's the problem? And she was just angry at me, and I was like, I've not lied to you, I've not done anything, you've just changed your mind. So I said, look, we cancelled the job, I can't bothered. And she messaged me the other day, oh, can we rearrange?
No.
And I'm like, this is 6 months ago. I said no.
Yeah.
I've had enough of you. I've had enough of you. Like,
Well
not double
done.
price.
No,
you couldn't pay me enough.
Yeah.
Some people say that, they don't they? They go, oh, just raise the price. Done.
Well done,
with
mate.
you, mate.
So I've started toying with the idea of putting in like some really strict terms and conditions with any roof cleaning.
That's a very good idea.
I started explaining to everyone that inquires, and so giving the pros and cons of both. And I say, look, with the pressure wash or the low pressure wash, so there is a chance you'll get a leak. There is a chance that there'll be broken tile. There is a chance that some moss is holding the tile together. I've had it before where moss is covering a hole. Like, there is all these options, and as long as they know that, then they can't really argue. But obviously there's nothing in place to say, yeah, I agree to that. So I'm thinking of putting in some like signable terms and conditions.
I think that's a very good idea.
And they can say that they've checked it, because I just don't, like I say, it's just not worth doing it and having the aggro afterwards.
I think that's a very, very good idea, because I think even we look at, you know, you've been doing a pressure washing, haven't you, Danny? And it's like, all three of us here do pressure washing. You can go to a patio, it will look dirty. You look at the pointing, you have a little scrape with your nail, and you think, that's quite solid actually. And you think, yeah, that's not too bad. And the customer says, oh, is it going to damage the pointer? You say, oh, it looks pretty hardy actually. You get going, you turn out it's just all bloody sand, and the pointer's gone, like, or a lot of it's coming out. And then at the end of it, you go, well, just so you know, a lot of the pointing's come out, and they go, whoa. You know, you have to set the expectation, don't you? And we sort of go to that job and we think, this is mint, this is solid. Same as the roof. I'm the same as you. I've had one where I've cleaned the roof. I scraped it actually, so luckily no water, but I've scraped it. This ball of moss has come off. There's probably a fist-size hole underneath on the ridge tile. And they're like, oh, I never knew that was up there. I was like, yeah, covered by a ton of moss.
And the moss can stop the water from getting in.
Yeah.
In some cases.
I think this is what it was doing. It was just, or maybe it was just dripping slowly, but this was a massive hole.
Yeah, I had one in Brentwood. It was a low garage roof, and you could put your head in the hole.
Mad, isn't it?
The moss was that thick, and we scraped that one. I said, if we'd pressure washed that, that would have been horrendous.
Bloke inside would have had a haircut.
Yeah.
What's the plans for the future then, Jake, with your company?
Well, I'm moving house.
Yep.
So we're going to move in the next couple of months. We bought a house, so
It's got to be soon, isn't it?
it's taken a long time, mate. It's taken a long time. So it's July now. We hope to be in by end of August, start of September. It has taken a long time, but yeah, we've tried really hard and saved up a lot of money, or not a lot of money, but we saved up money and we've been working really hard. So we're buying a house. So a lot of people will say this guy is a complete muppet. As obviously said, we've been doing 2 years solid work, building up customers around here to finally get to a point where it's an all right job. You know what I mean? Not making loads of money, but I'm making enough money to get by and buy a few things, go on holiday. You know what I mean? So I've worked hard at that, and then now I'm going to move.
Oh, is it completely out the area?
Yeah, it's an hour and a half away.
Oh, wow,
So,
really?
Yeah, a lot of people who I've
So you're
spoken
going to
to
commute?
quite negative about it. Do you know what? You say that as a joke, and I know you're only joking. Yeah, I am, because I've got a job that pays for
It takes
everything.
my old man an hour and a half to get to work.
You know what I mean? People go on the tube and they go to London. They pay £6,000. I don't know how much is a train pass.
It used to cost me £32 a day.
Thousands of pounds a year to go to London and back every day. They buy a £10 Pret because that's all they can get in London. You know what I mean? And it's like, why can't I drive an hour and a half to do a full day? Do you know what? My days will probably be longer. My window cleaning days, instead of doing X amount of customers, I'll probably do 1.5 times that. Just do a longer day.
Yeah.
Right? And any of my terrible customers who are kind of like need binning off anyway, I'll try.
And then you can always bang up the round for sale, can't you?
Yeah, that's the plan, is basically commute a bit. My girlfriend's going to work where we live now anyway, 1 day a week. So she's going to have to go to the office there. She's going to work 5 days a week, but come to the office once a week. So I'll drop her at the office. I'll do a full day, pick her up, we'll go home, save on petrol. That's once a week. We're not going to get sick of each other. You know what I mean? I could just do a day. Once a week down here is fine. Yeah. Any pressure washing jobs, well, they're going to be worth the money.
Big commercial jobs anyway, haven't you?
Got a handful of commercial jobs, yeah. I've got a few leisure centres, a couple of offices.
Well done, mate.
Those will carry on. Like, why would I cut off my nose to spite my face? I can just drive an hour and a half, it's fine. But I don't want to do that forever.
No.
The commercial stuff will stay because the money's there. The pressure washing stuff, as long as the jobs are big enough, will stay. Because next year, I'm not going to be in the area. All the people who had their stuff repeat this year are going to want me back next year. I'll just do a long day, do 2 jobs in 1 day, swan off home.
You got it, mate.
It's fine. Yeah. And then, potentially sell off the windows that are around here as I build a new round where I move. So
realistically, it's not that bad, is it?
It's a bit scary going into winter.
Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong.
The only difference would be with the hour and a half each way is what, 30 or 40 quid in petrol tops.
Yeah, that's the only problem.
Isn't it interesting? You say that, and there's going to be. I know, because initially I reeled back and I thought, fuck that. But there's going to be people watching this. But isn't it narrow-minded to be like, I'm not going to commute an hour and a half? It's like, why not? Because we all used to do it. And whenever the days when everyone had a job, geez, man, I used to drive here, there, and everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, just because you work for yourself doesn't automatically give you the right to work on your doorstep. You still have to travel.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? A lot of people forget about a lot of things when they're self-employed, I think.
And certain areas are much more affluent. So for 15 minutes one way from us, from where we are now, you've got like upwards of 750 grand houses, all tightly compact. You know, not that that's everyone's cup of tea. Of a
Where are you
customer.
talking? Brentwood?
Billericay, yeah. But the other way, 15 minutes, you've got loads of
Hamlet
flats.
Court Road.
Yeah. Where, you know, you're looking at 120 grand, 1-bedroom studio flats in abundance.
Well, they don't have any of them where I am now.
No, but like if you lived in a certain area, travelling half an hour to work, or, you know, even an hour and a half, doesn't matter, travelling to do the work.
We're playing hopscotch, yeah?
Bro's the fucking Pixar light making a noise while we're talking, bro.
Yeah, travelling.
The Pixar light, yeah. That's a good shout.
I've lost my mic.
Travelling like an hour and a half or an hour or 30 minutes to get into a better area to earn more money is
Oh yeah, totally. And why wouldn't you do it? Yeah,
it.
because I said to you, why wouldn't you travel?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? On one of the podcasts, it's like, it just makes sense.
A lot of people don't travel though.
Oh, mate, definitely.
Just checking this is still working, boys. Sorry, that was amateur hour, that was. Yeah, like, when I used to work, when I did marketing, when I come out of school, like, I used to go to London once a week. I used to go Shoreditch, right? And at the time I was living near Kingston, and it would take me an hour and a half to get to the office. Yeah, man. Side quick one. Have you seen the YouTube channel, a guy called Side Quests?
Yes,
he's a white Jamaican guy. Yeah. And he'll go up to these Jamaicans in Kingston. He says a joke and it's complete gibberish, and they'll be like, okay, and they'll be like, explain it. They're just like, say absolute gibberish.
Because he takes calls, doesn't he, off his bird?
Says some mental stuff. He's funny. He is. Yeah, sorry, I sidetracked. What was you saying?
That was the autism kicking in.
Yeah, mate, that's, you know how it is. But yeah, I think it's going to be fine, mate. I'm more excited than anything. We're in a flat at the moment. I have a storage unit, not as big as this one, but a little storage unit. And I have to go pick everything up, and it's a bit of a faff.
You're going to have a garage, aren't you?
I'm going to have a garage. I'm going to have like some side sheds, all securely locked up. Don't you dare try. Guard dog, innit? AK-47.
And more importantly, I think once you move, you're going to be looking at getting a new van.
Oh yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Really?
like I said at the very start, if you can remember back, I've been
You've still
waffling
got at
for
least 3
ages.
weeks left in that van.
No, I don't think I've got a journey back in that van, bro. Honestly, I was actually wondering whether it's going to make it or not. But
200 kilograms heavier.
yeah, well, with his hypo in, he's never seen a worse day in his life.
You'll be alright.
Yeah, so like I said at the start, way back then, I don't like taking too many risks. I've never really had much debt in my business. I'd rather wait and just work a bit more,
Yeah,
and
exactly like
and
that.
that's made it so I've slowly grown. I could have grown a lot quicker. Don't get me wrong. And when we talk about me moving, yeah, I could go and take out 20 grand, pay for some canvassing company,
Yeah, of course.
and be cracking on with 6 grand's worth of windows every month, laughing. You know what I mean? But I don't want to take 20 grand and move and be like, what if I break my ankle?
Yeah,
And now
there's
my
all
missus
of
has to
these
go
things,
and
yeah.
earn all this money, and it's just not going to happen. Lose all that canvassing stuff. So I'm very averse to risk, but I like to push when I can. So I've been holding on, clinging on with this van, and I think when we get the house, when we're finally in and we've got the keys and they can't say no anymore, then I will get a new van. I've been saving for a long time. My van, I'll probably get a little bit for it. Honestly, I think I'll probably get like $1,000 for it. It's battered. But that's $1,000 that I could put towards a new
Yeah,
van.
totally, yeah.
And finally get something a bit bigger. Park it on my driveway.
Good luck to
boy.
you, mate.
Yeah,
Good luck to you.
boy.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Clean driveway, hopefully.
Clean, bro. That's
Yeah.
day one. Sign right the van,
Is it
big
bad?
time.
Is it bad, the driveway and the patio of the new place?
It's not filmable.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
it's
fair
cleanable, but it's not filmable. But spacious
Can see
office,
the
mate,
YouTube
roof's
video
getting a
now.
buyer side. It's
Yeah.
semi-detached, so I'm going to do the neighbours as a sort of welcoming
Oh, that would be nice.
thing, just to
Oh,
sort
really?
of break the
Show
ice.
them
I'm going
that
to
your
say
cock's
it.
bigger than theirs.
Yeah,
straight off
boy.
the bat, yeah.
Well, look, do you know what? When they're down the pub in the evening and they're like, look, this new geezer's shown up next door and he's cleaned my whole house for me. It looks quality.
Yeah.
Job's done, isn't it? That's a new.
Wait until they go to the pub and then do it. That's a YouTube video.
Yeah. I surprised my customer.
Alcoholic neighbours.
Really?
Get a driveway clean for free.
5 Jaegers in and I'm on the roof. Nah, I don't drink. I don't even drink.
Using your extendable lance from the roof to clean the
5
driveway.
Monster Energies in and I'm going wild.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, you got any more questions for the Muit?
I don't think so.
No. Well,
Knows
listen.
everything about
We're
me
gonna
already.
We're going to go play some golf.
Yeah,
Yes, we
try
are.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, try to.
We're going to
Yeah.
use turbo lances instead of golf clubs.
Come on,
Yeah.
you'd have better chance, I think.
Yeah.
Mate, you've grabbed a 7-iron out for a par 3 course, so I think we know who's not going to be winning.
I can't believe you're taking a whole bag for a par 3.
Well,
I'm just taking a putter and a 7.
don't call me out like that.
No, I'm taking my old bag.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I
I'm
don't
only
understand
taking
why.
my bag, so I've got a selection of wedges.
Yeah, I like to stand my bag up.
What,
You
look
look
at
like a
it.
bit
Right,
of a...
I take
yeah,
my bag, right, because when we play with you lose 4 balls and 3 of them go into the lake. So I need to have all the spare balls so you can carry on playing.
Look, golf is all
Hang
about
on.
looks.
Oh, right, okay.
If you look like you're a good golfer, then that's all that matters. Because if you're walking around with 3 golf clubs in your hand, you look like a gimp.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I've got 2. I've got a putter and a 7. That's
He's
it.
just putting with the blade
You'll
of
be
the
alright.
7.
You'll be a Dan
You could
will
pop
be- Dan
those
will
in the
probably
bag
win.
to stop embarrassing us, Dan.
If Dan wins with his 2 clubs,
Yeah,
and
I say it like
we'll
I'm good.
report
I'm
back
absolutely
next
shocking.
episode.
Do you know what? Before we go, actually, do you know what? There's a lot of exterior cleaners who like playing golf.
Yeah, there is,
I've
yeah.
noticed that.
Yeah.
I wonder what that
There's
is.
all that money they've
Well,
got,
we're
mate.
outside.
Yeah, they've got. I ain't.
we're outside all the time, aren't we? So I think it comes naturally.
True.
to play
Yeah.
outside sport.
True.
I said,
Yeah,
you
we'll
might
make a
agree
whack
with
it
this,
back
you
and
might
forth.
not. I said to Ryan the other day, I've never earned so much money in all my life, but then again, I've never been so skint in all my life.
Yeah. That's
Is
about
that a
right.
fair point to
That's about
say
right, yeah, yeah.
when you work for yourself?
That's about right, mate.
I think it's just in general, mate.
I think
Yeah,
sometimes
I think just as your life progresses, you earn more money, you
more
spend
money, more problems, isn't it?
Like you get a nicer car or a bigger house. Or
But I've not done that.
Go on
And
holiday.
I still agree with Dan.
No, I haven't done
We've
that.
lived in
I've
the same.
Bought a house.
Yeah, but that's not like decreased my monthly income, if you know what I mean, up until now. Like, I've earned
but
more
you
money
haven't
over the
moved
last
in
2
yet,
years. I'm
have
not
you?
even bloody moved in yet. So we talk about last year, innit? So I made more money last year than I did the year before.
Yeah.
Right, my lifestyle didn't inflate. I'm very, very cautious of that. Of not like,
Yeah, I
oh, I made a
understand,
bit more
yeah.
money, so I'll get a nice new car on tick or something.
No,
I don't do
no,
that.
no.
But I've
No,
made
but
more
you
money.
might
Where the
have
fuck's it
more
gone?
bacon rolls in the mornings.
Yeah, exactly. I have a
So
bacon roll. But
the more
what's that?
money, the more your lifestyle inflates.
True. Well, what Dan's saying
if a
is
lifestyle inflation is a bacon roll,
No,
then I'm
it's
going to
just
check
a-
out now,
it's
mate.
just
But it's a bacon roll.
Example, isn't
That is a spot on
It's
for
an-
me. So I buy a
it's a
bacon
bacon
roll
roll.
every morning.
Yeah.
I do. I never would have done that at the start of
No.
this. And that's £3.50 from Wild Bean Cafe every morning, right?
Mate,
So
you're
what's
eating that
a week?
shit.
Mate.
Go and get a pack of bacon from the butcher's, man, and cook it
Well,
home.
yeah, but it's long, isn't it? I'm paying £3.50 for the convenience. And if I was making a bacon roll every morning, then my missus would know.
Well,
Because
then
I
you've got to
got-
make her one. Just put 4 extractor fans in the kitchen and
No,
she'll never know.
She knows. She knows. She's really good with the food, actually. She's much better food than me. She'd probably say the same as you, cook it. And it is a waste of money, I know. But like, if that's the
It's not
worst
a waste
thing
of
I do,
money 'cause you get
no,
the
it
same
is,
from
it
it.
is a waste of money.
Yeah.
If I'm going to buy a bacon roll rather than buying a pack, like you said, and a couple of rolls, I'm wasting money.
No,
But you
I,
go
That's,
home for
that's
lunch,
80 quid a
though.
month.
yeah,
That's
but
80
it's
quid a
not.
month.
I'm
You
not
go
saying
home
it for the
lunch,
money.
you know,
I'm
most
not.
days.
Oh, you're saying it for the nutrition? Yeah. I
No,
do,
I'm
yeah.
saying it for the taste. Butcher's bacon's the
No,
bollocks.
mate. See, this
No,
I'm a bit of a
bacon
strange
tastes like
one.
bacon.
I'm a bit
Yeah,
of
but
a
that's
strange one.
that's because you don't experience butcher bacon.
I've had.
Well,
I've
that
had butcher
petrol
bacon.
station-
You would never say that
Nah,
if you've
bro.
had good quality. Go on.
Petrol station bacon roll is the best.
Mate, we're
bacon
ending
roll.
this here, mate. If you're
Nah,
going
it's the
to
best
fight the
bacon
corner
roll.
of Wild Bean Cafe, you're a
Mate,
serial
Wild
killer.
Bean Cafe have had enough of my money for me to stand by them for the rest of my life.
How can you sit there and say that?
No, I had to stop at the services on the way here today because I had to get up quite early.
Why was you clucking? Oh, I need one, I
was
need
looking
one.
around, I was like, where's the wild bean, bro? Where's the wild bean?
Give me the bacon!
Well, I'm going in there and it's like, oh, what's my selection? Starbucks, yeah, they've got a bacon roll that they'll heat up for me. Nah.
No.
Pret, that's quite nice food. They've got a bacon. Oh,
It's all chia
maybe
seeds, though, isn't it?
Waitrose, I don't know about
chance you
that.
get
Where's the
bacon.
cheapest thing? And I've gone in and, do you know what? I ended up getting it from Pret and it was a nice sourdough
course it
bun,
was.
real
Yeah,
thick
you know what I mean,
bacon,
yeah.
£5 for a bacon roll. It was shit.
I paid
It was shit.
£4.95 for a bacon roll from the breakfast bar or
Oh,
something.
mate.
The service station.
That looked anemic.
Yeah, it weren't great.
The sausages.
But
well,
I had 4 bits of bacon in the roll.
Rotted.
Yeah, it was
mate,
baconed
yeah,
up.
you paid
With
for it.
loaded blood.
You paid for it, bro. You paid for
But it
it.
tastes-
He's like, oh, they gave me six rashers of bacon. It only cost me 13 quid. But yeah,
tasted
you got
like
fucking
shit.
bent over, mate, by
It
the
tasted
fucking
like
breakfast back company.
It didn't taste good.
Well, I forgot what I was saying anyway. But yeah, my lifestyle's not inflated, but
Except
I
for
agree.
all the bacon rolls.
People look at, we will wrap this up. Sorry, I'm longing it out. But people say, oh, 200 quid for a driveway, and you can do one of them in finish at 1 o'clock, let's say, or whatever, right? And you do 200 quid. That's a good day. That's more than most people make. 200 quid in a day. Yeah.
£200 driveway, you finished by one.
Laughing, ain't you?
What, are you going
Right?
for a nap or something?
No,
He's got to get his bacon roll.
Yeah,
all right, big money. I'm trying to
I'll
make
have that
it.
done in an hour and a
I'm
half.
trying to play it down a bit, yeah. So it's say you do a 2-car driveway, 200 quid, right? And you're
Yeah.
done by 1 o'clock. Easy day, nice life, innit? Some people want to live like that.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
200 quid in your back pocket. You're laughing. You go home and someone says, like my mate rings me up. He goes, "Oh, what you done today? I've done 2-car driveway. How much is that? 200 quid. Bloody hell, mate! You're making more money than doctors. Yeah. And then you boil it down. You've paid at least 25% on tax and national insurance. You've probably spent 20 quid on hypo.
Yeah, if you declare
You've got
it.
petrol on your.
Hey! No, don't
Actually,
listen to
you've
me.
done, if you do one driveway a day, you've done,
haven't even got
you've
an
done
address at the
120
moment.
quid, and you may as well have worked at Sainsbury's for the day.
You
No
know,
slight on Sainsbury's. I used to work
This
there as well.
is
You know what I mean? It's not
with
it's not
something
what
we've
everyone
touched on.
makes it out
Mate,
to
when you
be.
break it all down, fucking it's
not
unbelievable.
what it's all
we'll do a
made out to
proper
be.
episode on this.
I've had jobs before, like over 1,300 quid. Mate, when you break it down, I wish I'd never done it.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
funny,
like,
isn't it?
Oh my god.
Would you dance halfway through?
What?
Break it down.
No.
Oi.
no.
Right, listen, because you just interrupted.
We're listening now. Your turn. Your turn.
Fuck.
Your turn.
Right, we'll do a proper episode.
Bros
on
just
this,
burst their
but,
ears.
Economies of
I hope that weren't boring. I hope that weren't boring for all the people who like
Economies
don't
of
really care. about it.
scale is something that we'll touch on a full podcast episode.
Economies of scale.
Because what you're saying is, like,
Diminishing
when you
returns.
first start doing 200 quid driveway, you almost keep 200 quid of it minus your tax.
Yeah,
and
true,
your
true.
stuff.
When you do it
Whereas-
alongside your job.
and then you've got
Yeah.
like a unit that you've got to pay for, or like a bigger
I'm a
van,
unit that I've got to pay
and
for.
higher insurance, and you've got more equipment as you grow. Jake's here, out, mate.
Nah, no,
no,
we know what you mean.
You
I know
got
what
it,
you
you got
mean.
it.
We're just
You got it.
being silly now. We you know them naughty kids in the back seat who've been driving for too long. We're like, oh, we're there yet?
Yeah.
But I
Just
keep
wanna
talking.
itching to go golf.
No, I'm listening.
No,
to you.
we'll say
Nah,
we'll do.
Dan, don't
we'll
let
do-
him finish.
We'll do a
Look.
whole episode on it.
Thank you very much for listening to the podcast, guys, and watching. If you are on YouTube, make sure to go subscribe to my channel if you want to watch some satisfying cleaning videos
Give him-
and you've
give
had
him the
enough
app,
of
give him-
curbside.
Give him the app.
At Diamond Exterior Cleaning. If you don't like that sort of video, then just don't watch. Like, fair enough.
Or leave him some hate comments. He enjoys
No,
them.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, just don't watch it if you don't like it. Yeah, I hope I haven't bored anyone who just likes cleaning and doesn't care about YouTube. And yeah, if you made it this far, do you want to say it on 3, 2, 1?
No, you're going to
No,
do
you're
it.
saying.
gonna do it.
Stay cleaning.
Yeah!
Yeah, boy.
You bitch.
Yeah, bitch.